there are places where time stands still. Places where the wind doesn't just blow, it speaks. Where the sand covers more than just bones, and the silence is not empty. It's watching. This is the true story of 3 travelers who crossed the wrong path in the Arizona desert, and how only one came back to tell the tale. The plan. In the summer of 2018, 3 friends, Jason, Amanda, and Luis, decided to explore an abandoned ghost town deep in the Arizona desert. Jason had read about it online, a mining settlement from the 1800s, mysteriously abandoned overnight. No clear reason, no records, just miles of sand and silence. Locals warned them not to go. They spoke of strange disappearances, radio signals that cut off, and desert winds that sounded like crying. The friends laughed it off. They were thrill seekers, after all. The desert. The trio loaded their jeep with water, supplies, and a drone camera. By noon, they were off the main highway, driving down dusty, cracked roads. The air grew hotter, heavier. Strange animal bones littered the path. Even the GPS flickered and spun in confusion. By dusk, they arrived at what was left of the ghost town. Ruins, collapsed buildings, an old well sealed with rusted chains. They set up camp inside a crumbling house, ignoring the prickling feeling at the back of their necks. First night, as night fell, the desert grew unnaturally quiet. No crickets, no wind, nothing. Just stillness. Amanda couldn't sleep. She heard whispers outside, like soft voices being carried by the sand. Luis joked about it being the wind. Around 3 a.m., Jason saw someone standing by the old well, but when he blinked, it was gone. Only disturbed sand and faint footprints leading nowhere. That night, the temperature plummeted to freezing, and the whispers got louder. The signal. The next morning, their drone refused to take off. Their phones stopped working. Luis's compass spun aimlessly. Amanda found strange symbols carved into the walls of a nearby shack, ancient, tribal-looking glyphs, not part of any known language. Jason went to the well again. This time the chains were gone. He looked in and screamed. He saw his own face, staring back up at him, but it was pale, dead-eyed, and mouthing something he couldn't hear. He backed away and insisted they leave, but the jeep wouldn't start. Vanishing. Luis went missing first. He went to gather firewood and never came back. Jason and Amanda searched for hours, only finding his shoe near a sand dune with strange drag marks beside it. No blood. No struggle. That night, the whispers turned to screams. Amanda swore she heard Luis calling for help. Jason held her back from running out into the dark. By morning, there were 3 sets of footprints around their tent. None of them theirs. The escape. Jason and Amanda decided to run. They followed the sun east, hoping to reach the highway. But the desert twisted around them. Landmarks disappeared. They walked in circles for hours. Jason began hallucinating, seeing his dead brother calling from a dune, his voice buried in the wind. Amanda collapsed from exhaustion. That night, Jason woke to find her gone, only her necklace and a pile of her clothes left behind, as if she'd evaporated. Jason screamed into the void. Something answered. Laughter. The survivor. Jason was found 3 days later, barefoot, dehydrated, wandering aimlessly near a gas station. He couldn't explain how he got there. Rescue teams went into the desert, but never found the ghost town. No ruins, no well, no footprints, nothing. Jason never recovered. He's been in a mental facility since, drawing the same symbol Amanda found, over and over. He speaks only one sentence now. The desert remembers. If you ever find yourself in the middle of a vast desert, And the wind carries voices. Listen carefully. They might not be your imagination. They might be memories of those who were never meant to return. The return. They thought the desert had let him go. But you don't just leave a cursed place without leaving something behind. This is what happened after Jason came back. How the evil didn't stay buried in the sand. Unexplained marks. 2 weeks after Jason was found, strange things started happening at the mental facility. It began with scratch marks, on walls, on the floor, even on other patients. Deep, curved, in a language no one understood. Jason never left his room. But the marks kept appearing. Security footage showed something terrifying. Jason standing completely still for hours, while shadows moved independently behind him. Amanda's return? Late one night, a nurse heard crying in the hallway. She followed the sound and saw Amanda, alive. She was barefoot, dirty, and silent. But when approached, she vanished. Only a pile of sand was left behind. Later, staff discovered Amanda's name had reappeared in Jason's patient file, typed in, even though the system was offline. Jason smiled that night. The first time he had shown emotion in weeks. He whispered, "She's almost here." The symbols spread. The ancient glyphs began to spread beyond the hospital. Jason's doctor found one drawn on his car window in the morning dew. Another was found carved into a tree outside his home. Those who saw the symbols started experiencing visions, suffocating sand, crying voices, and endless red skies. A staff member went missing on her drive home. Her dashcam recorded her panicked breathing, and then a voice whispering, "The desert never lets go." The well in the wall. In Jason's room they found something. Impossible. Behind a mirror, the wall had begun to crack, and through it, they discovered a hollow cavity. Inside, a perfectly round hole dug deep into the concrete floor. A well filled with sand. No one had built it. No one had seen it before. When they lowered a camera into the hole, the screen flickered. For one frame, Amanda's face appeared, screaming. Jason laughed and muttered, "She's calling me back." The second expedition. A paranormal research team, led by Dr. Aaron Vale, interviewed Jason and decided to investigate. They traced coordinates using old mining maps and Jason's original footage. Back in the desert, they found nothing. Flat sand. But on the third night, their camp was destroyed. All 6 members vanished, except Dr. Vale. She was found a week later, 40 miles away. Mute. She had written only one word in the sand with her finger. Well, the final tape. Before being institutionalized, Dr. Vale left behind a tape. On it, distorted audio plays, whispers in multiple voices, overlapping in pain. Then, one clear phrase. He brought the desert back with him. Jason's body was found in his room shortly after. Sand filled his lungs. Impossible, since his room was sealed. His final drawing was of a new symbol, an eye, with a well at its center. Legacy. Since then, there have been dozens of reports of travelers going missing in that region of the desert. Each disappearance is followed by mysterious glyphs found in homes, hospitals, and on the bodies of wildlife. Some say if you listen closely on hot desert nights, you can hear Amanda calling, "Still lost." And some believe Jason never truly left the desert. His body was just a shell, brought back to lure more. The desert doesn't forget, it doesn't forgive, and once it marks you, it watches. So next time you feel a breeze and hear whispers in the sand, don't answer, because if you do, you might never come back.